Hello everyone, I am CoolGuy, welcome back, and this is going to be a follow-up video to my skill-based matchmaking feedback video that I did not too long ago. This is the connection-based feedback, and a couple things. First, when I make videos, I do a lot of weapon reviews, things like that, so for those, I either have a script or a bullet point because off the top of my head, I cannot tell you what the aim assist and the stability is for the base IS Luna, and also certain things I like with my tip videos, I need to specifically say for said part of specific gameplay, so it shows correctly. And like I said, the live gameplay commentaries are live, and this one is going to be just on its own. It's going to be, we're going to kind of rip it out, talk freely. Well, I'm going to start this off by saying, one, someone's perception is their reality, and you got to respect that, because I'm going to bring up a couple examples. No matter what you think, whether, I mean, the only, I guess, disregard is going to be trolls, but I'll go to the Bungie forums, and a couple minutes after that I instantly regret it, but I'll see something, they're talking about connection-based matchmaking, and someone will say, you know, this is my experience, you know, I don't really like it, and, you know, etc., etc. Then immediately under that is get good scrub. Then immediately under that is, oh, it's because that 0.57 KD, you know, no one's going to hold your hand. You need to realize that someone's perception is their reality. That's how it is for them. So, if you take both sides with a grain of salt, we are all a community, first and foremost, and this is a community discussion. And no matter what you say and how you feel, like, it's here right now. This connection-based matchmaking is here. There's nothing you can do, so let's talk about it. I plan on talking about my experience as an above-average player with what I dealt with what I'm dealing with now, and try to talk a little bit about what I see from the below-average player, etc., etc. And I'm not trying to speak for anybody else. These are my opinions, and I really hope to hear yours. I kind of pre-thought this out. We're going to put it on the screen. We have a huge bar. We have below-average player, well, beginning player, right? So we have beginning player, below-average, average, above average, then elite. And we're going to talk about this in depth. I consider myself above average, but every single category is going to have little subsections of it. And at the elite, we're talking about your true vanguards, your luminosity, Sir Demetrius, real crafty, you know, just these top elite players. And then we have my bar, cut that in half. There are the people that are right below that elite that want to aspire to be elite. So this is kind of what I see. With skill-based matchmaking, there was a lot of red bars of where I'm at. And when you start talking about skill and you want them to be close competitive games, if you have a rumble game with 6 players and three of them are red bar, what's the give and take right there? Where are you truly trying to find skill when one person you just literally can't really land shots on and they're just walking all over the place? So that's, for me, that's an issue. Connection needs to kind of come into play in that, and that's kind of what they did. They're starting to favor connection over skill. I do believe in skilled games, in competitive games. There's something special about them. I love them, but like I said, if the crossover is going to be I'm playing somebody in Europe that is on Wi-Fi, we can't have that. That's not healthy for the game. I'm not having a good time doing that. And a lot of the times, remember there was that thing called damage referee, which by the way, that was supposed to be kind of a band-aid. I'm not even sure if that's a thing anymore. That was supposed to kind of fix that. They were supposed to be penalized for lagging all over the place. And Bungie all the time, and sorry, and Bungie all the time, you know, they say it. A wired connection is what you need to have. So people with Wi-Fi are going to get by. I was looking at a tweet by Bungie Informer yesterday. It's like, dude, you're lagging so much. And the guy said, oh, yeah, I know. I'm playing on Wi-Fi. I'm streaming on Twitch, and 3 or 4 people are using Netflix. So to those guys, I wish it wasn't a thing, but it happens. So I was at a point where I was playing really good players, and every single game, if you saw a Titan, you could pretty much go ahead and conclude that he's going to have Jug and a Matador. If you saw a Warlock, he's going to be on Stormcaller with dual claws and a Matador. So you played against these guys all the time. Last Word, High Caliber on Clever Dragon, every single game. And then you have the red bars. So just knowing all that in the beginning, it's frustrating. So it all started with skill-based matchmaking when it started, because at first they didn't really kind of tell us, did they? They said, oh, by the way, this has been a thing for a while. So once we knew about it, we take my bar, the top half wants to aspire to be the elite. Well, since that happened, it bleeds down into where I am, and where I am bleeds down to the average player. It's a trickle-down effect, because right after skill-based matchmaking, they had MLG, and that hurt it even more. And first of all, MLG, I think, is really cool, but not in the current state of Destiny, no way. And if you watch that, you know, imagine if it was on, connection, like they were kind of on LAN there, but imagine, if they did online tournaments with red bars, and it'd just be kind of off, if that makes any sense. But I don't think that Destiny is in a current state to hold that kind of MLG thing, but these above average players, like right under elite, just saw that and they could taste that. So again, that kind of just went into my category, then down into average, and so on, and it trickled down. But I think that both sides kind of underestimate each other, whether it be the average, below average, underestimating each other with what they do. And I'm going to kind of bring into play, again, imagine a perfect world where, again, I believe Halo 3 matchmaking should be the golden rule of how matchmaking should be played, and there were ranked and social playlist. Like even today, imagine if Iron Banner was ranked, level 1 through 50, and you were level 24, you would only play level ranked 24 Iron Banner. And you wouldn't, get pub stomped because you'd be playing people in your skill level. And then there was the social playlist of, let's say Social Slayer or Social Clash or Control or, some form of action sack. But as it sits right now, like for me personally, I'm, like I said, in the above average category, but I don't consider myself an elitist, and I don't want to be. And I don't really, consider myself to be a pub stomper. Do I have good games? Yes. Do I have bad games? Yes. Do I get mercy? Do I mercy? It all happens. Those elite guys, not so much. They don't really get mercy too often. But skill-based matchmaking is going on. The top half of the bracket is trying to become elite. That bleeds down into me. Those guys want to play sweats. Those guys want to get into MLG. Those guys want their skills to be kind of heard. I mean, imagine if MLG was a thing. They want to show off 2 sponsors. They want to show off 2 teams. They want to get picked up. That's what they want to do, and that's what they will do. They're not going to be in Social Slayer putting up 50 kill games against you. I think it kind of underestimates that. And back with those Halo guys, once they reach level 50, the only real difference is Scumpy in Call of Duty, because he's just an extremely good player, and he has his 70 challenge that he does against random people in kind of a pub stomp setting, and 70 kills is hard to do out of 100. But most of his gameplays, and back in Halo, they were in the level 50 MLG playlist. Like they showed going against good teams, showing their dominance, showing their skill. Said player didn't post all the time on his channel, hey look, I got 60 kills in Social Slayer, or whatever it is, 40 kills, 30 kills. That wasn't really a thing because you lost a lot of street cred, because those top guys are like, yeah, good job posting that, and the people that are below, yeah, you're supposed to be in the level 50 playlist, like why are you even down here? So you lost a lot of street cred for even posting anything like that. And those guys that aspire to be just the MLG top, like that's what they want to do, and I think that's really underestimated from the community. They don't necessarily, this is my opinion from what I see, they want to play sweats, they want to show their dominance. If they're a ranked playlist, they would be playing them all the time. And some of them say, you know what, I want to relax, I want to go, I wish it wasn't so sweaty all the time. And pretty much, yeah, that would mean going to the social playlist, but it would be one of those things to kind of warm up, to get their shot on, to go into that MLG playlist. Then, of course, there's going to be some content creators would be living off the pub stopping, but he would be noted as a pub stomper, and again, you take it for what it is. And on the other side of things, and of course, I don't really know the true thing, but these higher skill players, I see a lot of them say, well, you need to get better. Nobody really held my hand like in Halo, and I got better. So I'm going to shut that down by saying Halo did kind of hold your hand. I mean, if you wanted to play social with your friends, high skill, low skill, whatever, you went in, you played Action Sack, you played Social Slayer, you played all these different things, Rocket Race, whatever it was at the time. But if you did play ranked, you played against your level 18 all the time. Then you went to 19 all the time. And you kind of went with the game. And as it sits right now, you have, let's say, a level 50 in Destiny versus a level 18. They're not ready for that. Like, that is a big jump, and I hope that you guys, that the top players realize that. So, I play against, when I play skill-based, against every single game. Last Word, Thorn, Clever Dragon high caliber rounds, Matadors. You didn't really even see, any snipers, period. Like, that was just, you were losing if you were doing that. Maybe like a No Land Beyond. So, these guys that are using these weapons, they don't really know about meta. They see their Kumakataka and they love it to death, and they do okay where they're at. But when they jump into a game, they have no chance, and they have no idea that they have zero chance against a Clever Dragon with high caliber rounds. Especially, even at mid-range. I'll even say close range. Like, it doesn't work. So when you tell a player to get better, they can't learn off that. Because again, like in your higher level, like Rumble games, a lot of the shotgun play is from the air. So those guys run around a corner, they die somehow, and then in their death screen, they see a Warlock just kind of fluffling down. Like, they don't really get that yet, so they have no chance to improve when they are kind of already, have a big wall ahead of them to climb over. And I see games now, and we're going to bring this up because it does, it kind of sickens me because, I've had a lot better games, and most of it has to do with connection, and the side product of that is that, they widen that skill gap, and I've gotten unbroken, so I've had good games, and, nice 35 kill games, 7 KD games, whatnot. And I don't really post them, but as soon as that happened, it kind of sickened me because a whole bunch of stuff popped up in my feed. And I don't necessarily only watch big YouTubers. I watch a lot of small ones too. And you guys got to give the small ones a chance because there's some really good, content there. I was really small, and now I'm still really small. But you can find. Hopefully, you guys find some sort of value in my content. It's not necessarily the big guys all the time, but from the short, kind of lesser known people to mid to higher. I'd see immediately skill-based matchmaking's gone, 29-0 unbroken, and then whatever 16-0. Phantom, unbroken, 30 kill game with we ran out of medals. So this is what happens, and it kind of sickens me because this is kind of fresh, this is new. No matter what side of the fence that you're on, say that you are a good player and you like this, I could finally put good gameplays on my channel again. Like, that's cool, but we know that you're a good player. 1. 2, the certain time of right now is not the time to do that, man, because this is what happens. You have a 40 kill game. There's a guy on the other team that went 2-19. I can tell you right now, that guy that went 2-19 did not have a good game. More than likely, he shut off his Xbox. He's upset. He's like, man, this is horrible. Like, it wasn't like this a couple weeks ago because A, either he knows what's going on and he hates it, or 2, he has no idea that even happened. Because there are some people that don't read patch notes, right? Then he'll get on YouTube and watch his favorite YouTuber, and he'll see, okay, there's a 15-0 game. Then he'll see 4 people that just happened to him that just went 2-19. He's like, well, this is how the game is now. Like, this sucks. So those higher skill guys need to, I'm not even saying have compassion for that. You just need to know that. Like, that's a thing, and that is happening, and it's not good for the game. And as it sits right now with those gameplays, like, I'm pretty sure take X streamer or X YouTuber, I already talked about it with my wife, they don't really want to be playing my wife, and my wife doesn't really want to be playing them. So the thing is now, and again, I don't envy Bungie for what they have to do, and bless them for what they do with this game, guys. You need to you need to really appreciate what they've given us. I mean, really, this game's long-standing. It's going into another game. No matter what you hate or like about the game, they try, and that's all you can really ask for from a developer. There are some games where things never get fixed. One-man army, right? The issue I'm finding now is, yeah, the connection's great, and for me, first and foremost, that's what I care about. They're not divvying up the teams correctly. And again, we're going to bring up Halo again. If you ran a team of 4 into the level 50 playlist, MLG, you played against a team of 4 99 out of 100 times. Every now and then, it would be a team of 3, and they would add a random. Even when you went, say, ranked Slayer, if you had a team of 3, you at least played a team of 3 every single time. It got so bad to where when we were ranking up individually, like, dude, we don't, say I'm a 49 going for 50, let's not do 4 this time. Let's just take a couple of us. Hopefully we get teamed up with another nice pair too, because the guys that were, at 50, and there were 4 of them, you're in for a tough match. So we were kind of divvying up, okay, we're only going to run 2 or 3 people this time. We're not going to go full team because we're going to play a full team. I'm not even sure if I can find it. But not too long ago, it was me and my friend Callie, a team of 2. We saw a team of 5 queue up in that screen. We're like, okay, we're getting ready to play a team of 5. We're talking about, well, 6 randoms come up. It turns out they did 6 randoms versus the team of 5 and then us, our team of 2. That can't happen anymore. So if they plan to build on this, the next logical step is to balance the teams correctly, based on skill, based on Fireteam. I'm okay, say it's a full team of 6, say they're not even a skillful full team of 6, but just them knowing, hey, a guy's at B one shot goes a long way. And that is going to happen when you run full teams. It's very hard to play against them, no matter what their skill level is. And if they're, really highly skilled, forget about it. It's going to be a pub stomp type deal, no matter how good your team is, if you only have 2 players on your fire team. So the next thing that they need to do is start looking at the initial balance of Fireteam. A team of 3 needs to find a team of 3 to play against, even if it takes a minute. Because right there, you can do whatever you want, because half the team is teamed up. On the other side, half the team is teamed up. You can put a team of 2 on 1 and 3 randoms, or team of 2 on each side. Just go from there. A team of 4 needs to match a team of 4, a team of 5 needs to match a team of 5, and so on and so forth. And that's not going to happen all the time. At least start matching up fire teams. If it's a team of 5, find a 3 and a 2 right then and there. Don't put in against a team of 6. It's doomed from the beginning. It's not fun for the people that are getting ready to play that are presumed to win and the ones that are presumed to lose. That's my main thing. On the above average part of this little bar that I made up, you need to realize that some of the people down there don't really have the full grasp of what's going on. And whether that be, not reading patch notes, or they're a weakened warrior, or they're just overall less skilled trying to get better. Because your first initial thought is, well, get better, scrub, right? And I've never thought that, but that's generally, whether it's a joke or not, is the first thing said. But it's not that easy, and the game needs to be set up to where they can progress with that skill. And again, one last time, this will be the last time I do it in this video, the Halo 3 matchmaking system is the absolute golden rule and should be the standard of how all multiplayer is run. On my end, to all the people that are average and below, just don't think that my main goal is to go out and pub stop. That's not it. My main goal for me is going to, and I don't, like I said, I don't think I'm an elitist or I consider myself to be one. I just for me, making the game run properly with connection is key. To know that my shots are landing where they're supposed to, minus a ghost bullet every now and then, phantom bullet. And there is a way for all this to work, as connection being the main priority. You branch off from here. Because when you start with skill, whether it be a playlist population, a player population, a side issue, when you start matching on skill, and I'm playing people across the ocean, being a peer-to-peer game, and dedicated servers isn't the total answer to that. It does help out a little bit. And Bungie tries their best to get that voice out there. You need to have good internet. You need to be wired up. And I wish that they would start issuing more bans for people that do have bad connection. And sometimes they can't do anything, but when you start destroying an entire game because of your connection consistently, and it's not just one person, I'm talking there are hundreds, thousands of people that go into games, and it makes almost every single other game that bad, that's an issue. They do need to be put on that little probation screen. I think that's perfect. Say, you know what, try to fix your connection, and if you can't, maybe turn off all your streaming devices, and if you're going to go Wi-Fi, just, hope and pray for the best. I'm enjoying it as it sits right now. Like I said, I'm in this weird section of the above averaged that don't aspire to be elite, but then again, I do well, so I'm in this spot that's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of stereotyped, I guess I should say. So a final wrap-up is connection is key. I think connection makes the game run properly, and I'm seeing a lot better connections. They need to build off of that, and again, that starts going into the matching up the fire teams and dividing the skill a little bit better, so there aren't any more one-sided matches, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable for everyone else. Now, there are people that, like I said, are below average. They need to do a little bit better job of trying to match that up with skill, because it's such a big gap when someone's running around with their Kumakatak or their Dis 47, which I'm not slighting the Dis 47 at all. It's a pretty good little gun. But those guys, you can't be putting up them against a team of 6 that are running Clever Dragons with high caliber rounds. They just really are not gonna know what's going on. They don't understand it. And someone like my wife, and she's over here, she's smiling at me. She likes to snipe. She does it. She hates shotguns. She's like, oh, I got shotgun again. That's all you got, scrub. It's just what everybody says. So there are people that don't play the game every single game like some of these top players do, that don't really understand of where and why the game has gotten where it's got as far as weapon usage. So just keep that in mind. Build off of the connection, widen the skill to the fire teams in the beginning, group them up to where the game's a little bit more even from the get-go, and not doing a team of 6 versus 6 randoms. I think both sides need to make a conscious effort to understand the other more than the other, because like I said, it's kind of weird that it's a little civil war going on when, again, we're one big community, man. And it's all, and Bungie's not a bad person. It's not like, you don't need to look at them as a villain, because they're really not. You just need to convey what's going on from your perspective. Everyone's voice matters. Just like I say, when you're taking tips off of YouTube, it doesn't matter if that dude has a 7 KD or a 1. If he has some sort of knowledge that will improve your game, that's what it's all about. Some of the best stuff I've ever learned are from people with sub 1 KDs, and you can count on that. That's 100% true. Everyone's opinion counts. Just take it for what it is and kind of debate it that way and be civil about it. But it's going to be a very long commentary. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking with me this far, if you did. And until the next one. Oh, which, by the way, before we do my little outro, let me know in the comments what you think right now, whether it being, you like the connection stuff, you don't like it. And in the comments, please be civil to the other person. And I do delete comments. Like, I'm not about that. So don't even think about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next one, I am CoolGuy.